Hey, this is John Sellers. Today I'm going to answer the question, how can you create the optimal voicemail that will increase the likelihood that your prospect's going to respond? Leaving your prospect a voicemail can often be awkward, but it is so important to do it right so that you're going to get the highest chance for them to respond. You've really only got a couple seconds to hook them. And if you don't, they're not going to listen or they might even hang up. So today I'm going to share 5 essential tips that are going to help you get people to call you back. So the first is use people's first names. Be conversational. When you get a call and somebody says, "Hey, Mr. Jones," it's a telemarketer already and you want to hang up as quick as possible. And many of us do right away. But we want to use first names. So example, "Hey, Mary, this is John over at eXp Real Estate." Now, make sure you don't use your last name either, especially if you're using your company name. They're going to figure out who it is. So we want to use that. "Hey, Joe, this is John over at eXp Real Estate." That makes them feel familiar. The next is to make sure your call is relevant. A lot of people call and they say, "Hey, I'm just calling to check in." Well, what does that mean? If this prospect isn't looking to sell their house for 6 months to a year, what are you doing? They're never going to call you back. However, some of the things you could do is how do you entice them so that they keep listening? For example, if they're listing their house in the future, "Hey, Mary, this is John over at eXp Real Estate. I just saw that a couple houses closed in your neighborhood, and I've got some really valuable information I want to share with you." So it's relevant to them. The next is lead with benefits. So you heard that I actually did that. So one is, "Hey, a couple listings. If you give me a call, I'll go over those with you so you know some of the things that are selling in your neighborhood, some of the things, updates they did that you might want to think about." So now we've got relevancy and we added a benefit. The next is you really got to be cognizant of your tone and your speed. If you talk too fast, you're just a salesperson. They're not going to listen. So you want to figure out the pacing. So one of the things you can do is actually listen to their voicemail. You can what we actually say is you can pace yourself the same way they talk. If they talk slower, you can talk a little slower. If their voicemail's faster, but one of the things we really want to do is make sure that you sound convincing. The other is that you're conversational. You're not talking too fast, too slow. Sometimes you can actually lower your voice a little bit and people are more likely to listen. When people are whispering, we listen, but we want to make sure that we have enough force and that we have enough energy that they're going to want to respond. If you talk too slow and like you're dead, they're not going to want to talk to you. If you talk too fast, you're like, they're not even going to understand you. So figure out your tone and your speed. The other is give them a couple ways to get back with you. "Hey, Mary, you can get back with me. One, just give me a call back on this number. I'll get right back to you if I miss you. Make sure to leave a voicemail." The other is you can text me to this number, the same number I called you on. Or if it's better for you, drop me an email. Here's my email address. Or you might say, if you're friends on Facebook, "Hey, message me on Facebook." So you want to make this one, you want to use their first names. One, you want to make it relevant and show them benefits. Number 3 is, or 4 actually, is be cognizant of your tone and speed. And lastly, give them multiple ways to contact you. If you do this, I'm not saying they're all calling you back, but you're going to increase that likelihood. And all it takes is one extra right message to have that call. There's that extra sale, and that can make your month. So, hey, I hope you found this valuable. If you've got some questions you have, go ahead and email me. Or I encourage you, if you'd like to have a one-on-one, no obligation business planning session, click on my website and I'd be happy to do that with you. Anyways, happy selling, and I hope you have a great day.